album back home?
The new album is it's a pop album. We kind of felt at this point of our career, 9 years in, after doing 9 years straight, 9 albums in 9 years, we kind of felt we'd come to the point where we as a band really needed to decide where we wanted to take Westlife in the future. If we were going to stay together, you know, we couldn't really see ourselves just, you know, turning up, just doing whatever was put in front of us and picking the check up at the end of the year, which might sound very interesting, but we really wanted to be a part. We wanted to get back to where Westlife was, you know, maybe 4 years ago, and we kind of feel that we probably had done at one point one cover too many, and we felt that we needed to do an extremely, really strong original pop album, which is what we've done. We got back in with Marathon, which is the Swedish pop producers that worked on our earlier stuff, together with Steve Mack, who's, you know, we've worked with every other year, and what's the chap's name from Colour Me Bad? American guy. Sam Waters. He flew to Dublin and we did a song with him. So on this album, what we've ended up with is a little bit of everything. You know, it's simple pop music, but you've got great variety. You've got, you know, a lot of tempo on that album, some lovely ballads, and it's for pop fans. You know, we I suppose out there at the minute, it's I think the industry is probably a little bit starved of, you know, just pop music. You know, even the biggest pop stars of today, if you take Justin, it's slightly dance, slightly rap. So you're kind of simpler pop music, which is kind of what ourselves do. It's great to see Take That Back, great to see the Spice Girls coming back, and maybe Boyzone at some point. So, you know, this is what this album is all about for us, and we believe that Westlife fans, we feel, are going to love it, and if you're a pop fan, I think you'll enjoy it too.
Might we be seeing a few dance moves this time around?
Never say never. On the tour. On the tour.
Probably not.
Definitely. On the tour.
Probably not.
Probably not. On the tour, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We dance every year on tour.
We dance every year on tour. We're brilliant.
What would you call it, dancing though?
We kind of laugh and shake our asses instead.
We're like the people in the Fatboy Slim video.
At different times, even though we're meant to be the same time. But we have fun.
It's called abstract dance.
Yeah, so it's
well, like, you know dominoes. So the way, like, NSYNC, everybody did everything together. We're kind of dominoes. Like, one person does it, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one.
Yes, you're looking at the one to your left to see what
go,
they're doing.
yeah, that's what we're supposed to do.
He moves his arm, then I move his arm, then he moves his arm.
Yeah.
Well, it's our thing, innit, Case?
Because we keep an eye on each other with one eye.
And what made you want to cover the Michael Bublé song for the single?
To be honest, it was Simon Cowell's idea. Sorry. To be honest, it was Simon Cowell's idea. He's our A&R man, and he's picked all of our singles since day one. So he basically came up with the idea of recording a song, thought it was a great song, thought the song had underachieved to a certain degree. It was never a big hit, it was never a #1 hit, but it was a great song, played on radio a bit. So, you know, for us it was like, yeah, it's a great idea. If we you know, we're not against doing a cover version if it's not just blatantly obvious. And I think last year we kind of, after doing the Love album, we realised, you know, that was a kind of an album idea rather than a cover song. So we felt if we're ever going to do a cover again, there has to be a serious good reason behind it. And this song did underachieve, and we feel like we brought it to a more mainstream audience, more pop. We've made the song slightly more of a pop song. And I think, you know, it's very different to Michael Bublé's version, sorry. But I actually heard today he loves the version that we've done of it. Yeah, I heard it on a radio interview I've done, that he did a radio interview with a Dublin radio station recently, and he loved the version of it. So that's pretty cool. He wrote the song, so it's but it's a great song. You know, it is a class song, and I think Simon is probably going to be right again, and hopefully it will be a #1.
Have you ever disagreed with him on one of his single choices?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Well, no, not necessarily single choices. You know, there's been very, you know, little disagreements with Simon. You know, album ideas. Yeah, heated debates is more the thing. We always try and, you know, get to a happy medium with Simon. He knows that we won't just do whatever he says, and he knows vice versa, you know. So we always have worked together, and it's been a good relationship, you know, and it's something that I think he's still, to a certain degree, passionate about every year. He always has that spot for Westlife where he just, you know, puts time in and makes sure we make a good album. I think he loves the fact that we've so many #1s, and it's a pat in the back for Simon. I think that's what he loves about it, and he wants to have. I think he thinks he is the #1s, even though we have, but in a good way. I think he's very proud of that fact.
Probably actually vocals on some of the records that we don't know about.
Yeah, I'd say he went in and did a few silent vocals, shall we say? Who knows?
The single's lyrics are kind of about being on tour, doing the promotional rounds, and just wanting to get home with your family. Is that something? Is that something you can relate to when you're out, kind of touring?
I think that the lyrics of the song, what the song means, is it's a bit like You Raise Me Up, where it's very general and anybody in any situation can kind of put themselves into it, if you know what I mean. Like, everyone knows what it's like to be at work and just to literally go, oh God, I wish I was at home right now on the sofa with me girlfriend or kids, or whatever it is. It could be someone that's traveling the world and they're away, and there's always a moment, here or there during that time where they probably wish that they were just back home for 5 minutes at least, just to kind of be with their family or whatever. So anyone can relate to it, because everybody, whether they like it or not, goes through those emotions, and that's why I think, similar to You Raise Me Up, which was a very good thing about You Raise Me Up and this song, is that there's no big direct meaning. You can let people make their own kind of interpretation of it, but I mean, it's obvious what it means. It's not very complex. It's just about wanting to be at home, wanting to go home, home.
That's why it's called Home.
Do you think that's what's helped you to last so long in such a tough industry? The fact you've sung songs that everyone.
I don't think we necessarily have lasted because we sang songs about wanting to go home.
No, but songs that everyone can relate to and put their own interpretation of.
I think like one of our key reasons for success is certainly the style of songs that we do record are very, people can relate to them, and no matter what type of job you're in, or no matter what type of life you lead, songs like Home, You Raise Me Up, Flying Without Wings, World of Our Own, any of them songs, they're all very easy to relate to for the everyday person. And I suppose for a band like Westlife, a female audience is our main audience, and I think female audiences listen to the lyrics of songs and the meanings of songs a lot more than males would, so it's kind of bode well for us in that sense.
Are you happy with being called a boy band these days, or do you want, the man bag
To
tag?
be honest,
take that.
like, we're four guys in a band on a stage. And,
We're a fucking brilliant band.
if you want to call us a boy band or whatever you want to call us, at the end of the day, we're not really bothered about what people call us. We worry about what our fans think about us, but as far as the media or anything like that are concerned, they can call us whatever they want. They're always going to do that anyways. And we've been able to learn to completely turn a blind eye to name calling or anything like that. So
we've been called ever since we formed the band, like when we were all 15, 16 in school. We've been called every name under the sun. So like we kind of
girl band yet, though.
yeah, we haven't been called a girl band. That's the only one. But we just got over it. We got over it years ago, so people can literally call us. It doesn't really matter what people refer to as, I mean, we are what we are, and I think everyone knows what Westlife is. To a certain extent,
we're
anyway.
a cheesy pop band.
The dreaded G word, girl band, was just mentioned. There's been a lot of rumours about Spice Girls changing their album's release date to avoid competition with yours. Are you up for a chart battle with them?
The honesty is that I think that it would be a good laugh. It would be kind of funny and amusing and entertaining and create more awareness for both albums if there was a chart battle. Just like what happened between us and Oasis last year, and what happened between us and the Spice Girls a few years back. But everyone seems to take it so seriously, Everyone seems to like if we're going chart battle, and then we really hate each other, and it's all competition, and everyone likes a good public fight, if you know what I mean. When it's a feud between, but it's the truth. I mean, it's much more interesting for the public to think that we hate the Spice Girls and the Spice Girls hate us, or that Jordan and Jody Marsh hate each other. That's much more interesting than the fact that they get along, if you know what I mean. So I think that everyone wants the chart battle with the Spice Girls to happen. Shut up, Nicky.
Do you think you could win it?
Everyone wants it to happen.
You'll win it.
Well, we won before, and that was a long time ago. So who knows what happened there? But I think that the Spice Girls need to have a really strong song, and I heard that this song is very strong. So if it is very strong, then it'll be a major contender. I mean, like, Patience. I don't think we could. I don't think we could compete with Take That, Patience as their first single coming back. Huge song, and if Spice Girls have if Spice Girls have a Patience, then we could be in trouble. But if they don't, then I think we could easily win it.
Okay.
I think it's between Simon Fuller and Simon Cowell.
I think that's the real battle.
Neither of them are going to want to lose.
That's the truth, yeah.
Yeah, now
you can talk.
Spice Girls need to get Patience.
Do you feel rivalry with Take That?
A little patience. No, we don't feel rivalry. To be honest with you, without Take That, we probably wouldn't have ever really formed a boy band, because back then we were all fans of Take That. And I remember meeting them last year at the X Factor. We were they had just finished rehearsing, and we were just going on to rehearse, and it was kind of one of those things where you meet in the corridor, and it's like, all right, lads, how's it going? And up until they came back, we were being renowned as the old lads, or the granddaddies of pop. and all of a sudden they came back 10 years older. You know, we're obviously in our 20s and they're well into their 30s, so it was like happy days. You know, that there's still a bit of
We're young.
It's almost like you know what it was like, because we were fans. We would have been probably what 12 to 13 when they were massive. So like
you were a wee bit older than me.
Well, I would have been 13 and a half then.
16, you would have
I'm 29 last week, so it can't be that I've been old. That's a different way of saying it. But anyway, can I tell everybody what I'm trying to do? It's almost like with them, it's like meeting an ex-boxing champion, and you're the current champion, you know, and then they want to take your belt back. Do you know what I mean? So well, there's a little bit of rivalry, but they're a great band and it's great for pop music.
Have they grabbed the belt off you, do you think?
They probably beat us a little bit last year. They've given us a few jabs, but we'll hit back this year.
You've got more number ones than them.
Absolutely.
That's another thing I wanted to ask. These 14 number ones, do you ever kind of forget them? Could you name them all? I'm not kind of...
Name every one of them.
Mark, Howard, and Gary.
The 14 number ones.
We could name them, yeah. Do you want us to name them?
No, I just wondered, do you sometimes forget?
We would be able to name them. Of course we don't forget them. We want 15 now. We're not happy with 14. We want 15. I think that's the thing about the number ones thing. You know, it's one record that we have that only 2 other people have more than us, and we obviously want to have that record. And I think that's one of the things that really keep us going too, to a certain degree. You know, we love that little thing that we have. Being all the number ones, so it'd be nice to get 15, 16, 17. We'd like to get 21, I think, is our goal.
Why 21?
It just sounds cool. It sounds cool. 21 number ones, and you have the most ever as well.
You ruin it when you get 22.
You kind of ruin it then when you get 22. 22 number ones.
What of all your achievements in 10 years, is that what you're most proud of, the number one record?
I don't know. There's so many achievements over the years that you know, you could kind of say that's the best moment. There is no best moment for us, you know. I mean, obviously our first number one was Blow Away, just as much Blow Away as our 14th number one was. And, you know, first time we won Record of the Year, I think, was a big moment for us because it was something that we really didn't expect to win. You know, meeting the Pope was a very big moment. There's been so many big moments for us throughout our career so far that it's unfair to the other moments to pick one. You know what I mean? Duet with Mariah Carey. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that we've done. You know, it's pretty amazing when you actually think about all the things that we have done. You know.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Best